All right, time for a new project. So in the last video, we wrapped up the setup on our new car hauler trailer. Today we're gonna work on some upgrades for the utility trailer. Nothing too crazy, but I don't like that this doesn't have a utility box on the front to store all the straps and stuff for it. Again, this is just a utility trailer, so there's not gonna be a winch and all that for it. Although maybe we could add one in the future. Maybe not as big as that, but a little one if you got like quads or side-by-sides or something you want to try to load on here. But yeah, maybe we can actually look into adding that in. But we did end up ordering this new box to go on the front. It sucks how much bigger this thing is than the one that we got on that trailer, but it is what it is. But key lock, it's nothing crazy. It's not the sturdiest, strongest, most secure box, but it's not the end of the world. We're just putting straps in here. We don't need anything crazy. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna end up putting this up on the front. As you can see, there's really not much room up here to install a box. So we gotta make some adjustments and some changes. We're gonna take this jack, unbolt it, bolt it up here in these front holes. We'll end up moving this breakaway to another location. That way it's not in the way. And then even once we do that, as you can see, that is higher than the frame. We got that hook in the middle and then the spare tire mount over there, which is gonna cause some additional problems for us. So we ended up getting a 12-foot section of 2-inch by 2-inch square tubing. Definitely overkill. We do not need it to be that big, but I do need it to be raised up about 2 inches. So once we get that adjusted, what we're gonna do is we're basically gonna put a bar across here, covering all of that, and we'll put a bar across the back. That's gonna space it up enough for me to put the toolbox on top of it and keep it out of the way of those the spare tire mount in that box. With that, I think after that we're gonna end up drilling a hole in the bottom of this. We'll drill probably 3 holes in the front, 3 holes in the back, and we'll end up putting nutserts into the actual metal. That way it's secured. I don't think we're gonna weld it to it. I think I'll just do the nutsert for now. That way if I ever have to take it off, I can just unscrew it versus having to grind out all the welds and pull that out. Now that I'm thinking about it, probably wouldn't be a horrible idea to have a winch set up on this trailer, but definitely something for a later date. We want to get this thing out a couple times before we start putting that much money into it, but maybe we could throw another battery box in here and then I can make some sort of a bracket. Even if I put like the small, like 5,000 pound winch you'd put on like a quad on the front of it, same thing, solar panel to charge it up. And that way, if you were loading a quad or side-by-side or something with wheels that might be broken, that way you have something to pull it up with. So maybe we'll do that. The box will end up holding the wheel chock, the straps, registration, and honestly that's pretty much it. There's not much for it. I really wish I had that larger box on the car hauler, but I don't feel like changing all that around. Maybe at a later date we'll get rid of that one and put a bigger one on, but for now it'll work. But yeah, so that's the plan. My brother's gonna come over and help with the welding on it. So we'll get started with shaping up these bars, relocating the jack up to the front. So that's all good to go. And then we'll probably end up getting this tube ready to go. So that way when he comes over tomorrow, he can help us weld that to the frame. And we'll kind of go from there. All right, that's gonna wrap this up. We ended up getting those 2 crossbars welded in, just to give it just enough space to clear the box for the breakaway brakes, and then the spare tire mount over here on this side. So got those 2 bars put in. We got the toolbox as centered as possible. Probably could go a little bit more towards the passenger side of the trailer to be perfectly straight, but it's literally up against the tool, or up against the spare tire, so not much more room to go there. Drilled 4 holes through, and we ended up using some M8 nut certs to hold that in place. That way we can remove it if needed. I don't think we'll ever have to, but in case we do, now we have it. But overall, not bad. This is a probably overkill of a toolbox for this trailer, considering the only thing I got to put in it is this bag of straps and the registration. But after thinking about it, I do kind of like the idea of maybe putting a winch on this later on, like a much smaller winch than what we have on that trailer. So now we got some room for it, plenty of room to fit a battery in there, and then we can try to weld up and build a little bit of a plate at the front to put that winch on, so that way it's all set. But coming together, I think that's pretty much it for this trailer. The only other thing I might do for it is do some E-track down the deck, just to help with some secure points, which would help too. I can put some more stuff in that toolbox for that, but for now, this one's good to go. And then later down the line, we probably will get that same toolbox and replace this one. Should be able to just grind out these corner welds. That one, we probably actually would nut cert that one too. I can just drill straight through this and pop 2 nut certs on each side and lock that one in. That'll give us so much more storage because this box is completely full. But hope you guys are enjoying it. We'll have some more trailer videos coming up soon. Like I said, I'm starting to attempt to rent these out. So we're gonna hopefully have some more content getting that rolling. Like I said, I got this car hauler, 16-foot utility trailer, and then over there we got the 16-foot enclosed trailer. So hopefully we'll start getting some business with those. But stay tuned. Hope you guys are enjoying it. We'll see you guys in the next one.